I think one thing that movie lovers love to do is find the hidden gems. They like finding little movies that no one's talking about, no one's even heard of, and then they see it and they really love it and they want everyone else to go see it. So the horror community, there's a lot of those. Throw this in there right now and let me be the first to say it. You need to see this. Oddity stars Gwilym Lee and Carolyn Bracken and is about a psychic medium attempts to uncover the truth behind her sister's murder at the site of the crime. My horror fans out there, we need to be talking about this one because we have a brand new horror film coming out this weekend that honestly, I didn't even know it was coming out this weekend because there was no Thursday night showings, and I am pretty certain there wasn't even Friday showings. I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, showings on a Saturday? What is this movie? It's brand new. Let's go watch. It's a horror movie. No one in my auditorium, and I will say this right now, no one being in the auditorium actually made it a little creepier because Oddity is the hidden gem horror movie of the year so far. This is a really, really good scary movie. And I believe it comes out on Shudder. I don't know when. I know Shudder helped make this movie, but I don't know when it appears on Shudder. All I know is this movie was awesome, and I'm going to be very bleak with this review because I just don't want to spoil anything for this movie. But basically, starting off with the positives is these performers. Everyone in this movie, which is, it's really a small cast, but everyone was just perfect. Gwilym Lee, sorry if I'm saying your first name wrong, he plays the husband in this movie. He is so good in this movie, and he does something really cool with his character in the beginning to where in the middle and end of the movie, when you get to learn more of what's happening around him in his house, it is so well put together and his performance is so good. But honestly, the standout is Carolyn Bracken. She plays twin sisters in this movie. One of them is our victim in the very beginning of this movie, and the other one is this girl who is blind as a sister, but she can basically like see things and touch things and tell you everything all about that. She's a sidekick, basically. And she is there in this house to figure out what really happened to her sister. And that's all I really want to say. I only want to bring up the wooden character that is in this movie. That if you have seen the poster or trailer that I now have seen after the movie, that is definitely prominent in the movie, but don't make that the focal point. But I will say that wooden thing, that wooden man is freaking creepy. Really unsettling. Really good stuff in this movie. And throughout the whole movie, I was engaged. It's an hour and 38-minute movie, and the whole time, I was glued to the screen. It is shot so well. The lighting, the cinematography in this movie, really good job. The director of this movie really made a good-looking movie. And he sets the tone perfectly. This movie is unsettling. It's dark. It's creepy. And the key word is it's scary. I jumped 3 times. There are 3 jump scares, not fake jump scares, real jump scares that got me. I was like, oh, geez. And there is some imagery in this movie. So good. It is so creepy. I'm like, yes, that is creepy. To me, again, horror is subjective. But when I was looking at this screen in a lonely movie theater, I was like, that's unsettling. And there was a broken tile in my theater, and I looked up and I was like, what if that thing comes out of there? And that's what makes it creepy. When I start thinking about that shit, that's when you know the movie does its job so well. And it really did. This is a really unsettling, creepy movie, and it's really well written, really well acted, really well shot. And it's just, I was fully engaged. When it comes to my negatives, again, it's very nitpicky because I really like this movie. I think the number one thing is the ending itself. I didn't love it. I appreciate the ending. I'm like, that's cool. It's a little kind of corny, a little bit. They played a certain song in the ending. I feel like it kind of ruined the tension of the scene because the ending, like final minutes, are so tense. And then when it's getting ready to really end, they play a song, and then it's like a corny little scare. And I'm like, I didn't love that. Like, I would have, 30 seconds ago, I was like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. And then literally it was like, oh, okay, oh, it's over. And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't love that ending. And there's also one more thing. There's a plot point that comes in the middle of the movie that once it happens, I'm like, it's gonna be that character. And it very much is, but the movie plays it in a good way where it's like, it's not trying to be a super twist, but it's kind of like, you can figure it out. We're gonna go with it. And the performers in the movie are playing it up really good, nicely that I'm like, listen, man, I'm really into this movie, and if that wooden man moves again, I'm freaking out. Yeah, Oddity is a hidden gem. I highly recommend it to all my horror fans, and I will put it up there. I think this movie is very unsettling and has some nice scares that made me jump and that made my heart jump up. And I was like, good job, movie. This is a must see in a theater. I'm gonna give Oddity an A minus. I almost went with an A too, honestly. This is a really good movie. Very different, very original. Like, this was a really good horror movie. Really good. And there was no one in my theater, and I don't know anyone that's even talking about this movie. So honestly, I'm hoping I'm helping the reviewers out. Go see this movie, go review it. Please, this is a good one for scary fans. Oh man, there's some creepy imagery. All right, guys, we guys do this movie review. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.